Hello, this week I'm gonna talk about my current contract at the game studio ending and what measures I'm taking to find a smaller studio while still being able to continue my screenwriting venture. My name is Martin and I'm trying to reach my 4 creative goals before I reach 40. So the past week in school I have been thinking about the story a lot, but I haven't written anything, which I was hoping to be able to do. But I've been distracted. Thankfully, I've been a good student before that, so I'm not really falling behind that much. And also, we're in a phase where we get to plan our time ourselves. So I'm sure I'll be able to make up for that. Regarding the Cthulian's script, I've been looking at the story. I've rewritten a little, but it's kind of the same there. I've also been distracted. So what is causing this distraction? Well, I've been working at a game studio for 2 years as a game tester and as a video artist. And things have been moving the last couple of weeks, but now it's clear that my contract will end in December. So this is actually a pretty huge change, even though I've only been working at this studio for 2 years. Because before I worked at the game studio, with a little pause in between, I worked at a high school that is the neighbor to the game studio. So I've been walking the same path to work for like 5.5 years. And I'm thinking of it as patterns. So even if you feel like you live in a big city, you probably still kind of travel the same routes to the same stores, to the same work or school, kind of like that. So this has been a stressful period, like not completely knowing what's gonna happen. And if you have watched my videos, you might have seen when I talked about the Kubler-Ross model about the stages of grief. But I think I'm kind of in the acceptance stage now. So I'm trying to look forward. So the big question now is, how will I finance going to school? So I have one option, and that is to kind of drop out of school and just take an ordinary non-creative job, which shouldn't be that hard. But I've thought it through, and I have some money on the bank that I have saved for like an apartment or something like that, or as a buffer. And I guess I've kind of been saving for this kind of situation when it's not totally clear the transition into the new phase. So I'll use my buffer and I will push through and see what happens on the other side, basically. And what I'm doing is that I'm trying to see what opportunities are out there. And I'm looking into film and TV, but also the game industry. So I've been reaching out, and actually yesterday I had a meeting with a small game studio in Stockholm, which I got really good vibes from. And I think a lot of companies put forward merits, which is good, but I think that if you don't have like the contacts or the network, that is secondary, kind of, because even if you're like the best person at something in the world, if you don't get to talk to the right person or no one will ever know. So yesterday I went to a game industry meetup here in town, and I always feel a little bit awkward in those situations. But I made a lot of contacts actually, and met a lot of nice people. And even though nothing, like, it wasn't like anyone was offering me a job or anything like that, you never know. Like, suddenly there is a need, and then you exist on their radar. So we'll see. So the upcoming week, I'm gonna put some energy into starting to create my portfolio, because I haven't really needed a portfolio for the things I've been doing. But one studio wanted me to send over a portfolio, and when I looked at what I had, it was mostly like scripts, and then also like the trailers I've been doing last year. So I have 1 year of testing everything, and 1 year of creating trailers for a big successful AAA game for a AAA studio. And that had given me like all those perspectives of the game industry. And even though I've been working with a lot of paper and pen RPGs on my spare time, I've been creating game documents, design documents for my own projects, and working on all those small projects. I feel I really don't have something concrete to show when it comes to a portfolio, not as a narrative portfolio at least. So it made me start to think about, like, what do you really need? Is it a lot of text like the scripts that I have, or is it something more interactive to really show like the narrative, or even playable like a game with the narrative? So that is kind of what I'm thinking about now. I have talked with a few friends that are into the narrative design business, what they think. And I think I will have to start to really produce stuff, not just for my own pleasure, but to be able to show my skills black and white. The upcoming week we'll also have a group feedback session in school. And I'm not sure if I have that much new to show, but I have a couple of ideas about the ending that I'm gonna discuss with the group. And when it comes to the Cthulians, I'm gonna look at the paperwork to get the project moving again. So this week's one cool thing is an old game that you might have played, Roller Coaster Tycoon. If you don't know what it is, it's a strategic game where you build and manage a theme park, especially you build roller coasters. The game is from '99, and I played it a lot when I went to school, and there have been several sequels. But this is the one that I played the most, the first one. So I downloaded it from the digital distribution platform Steam, and it cost me €6 or dollars. And I still think it's beautiful, even if it's very pixelated. It's beautiful, like that they managed to do this '99, and the fact that it's isometric, the view, but you can still spin it around in 4 directions, and like all the physics still works, and that's what I think I'm most impressed about. Like depending on how your roller coaster is built, there are forces and stuff like that, and how they managed to do that without doing it in 3D. I think it's really impressive, and it's also great fun. So that's what I had this week. If you liked what you've seen, please give me a thumb up. If you have any comments, please comment. And if you want to continue to follow me, please subscribe to see how I'm going to reach my 4 creative goals before I reach 40. Thanks for watching, and see you soon.